mythical afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Ayala, here live with another vlog for you from his classroom. This is economic changes during the age of exploration. As always, please make sure you're writing your notes, and where you can watch this as many times as you need to make sure you get the information. And it's not only just the notes that are important. Remember, it's also the lecture, the part that you need to listen to. So yeah, please unmute this. And at the end of this, as always, there's a vlog question for you to put in the doobly-doo, wherever it may be at the moment. So as always, please make sure you're taking your time. You watch this as many times as you need. Make sure it's due on the correct date and time. And as always, let's get started. This is economic changes during the age of exploration. So, things that we need to be able to understand and know by the end of this small little short lecture. What is the Columbian Exchange? What is mercantilism? Why is a favorable balance of trade important? And what is capitalism? So we're going to be talking about economics during this little unit. So the first economic change we're talking about is the Columbian Exchange. And this was the exchange of goods and foods, ideas and diseases between hemispheres, from the eastern hemisphere to the west and back and forth. And really that's only helpful when we actually look at this. So if you look from the Americas to Europe, Africa, and Asia, so America brings in a whole bunch of items like corn and tomatoes and peanuts, and my favorite cocoa because I love me my chocolate. You know, peppers, tobacco, which makes lots of money for the Americans, peppers, sweet potatoes, pumpkins, squash, turkeys, beans, vanilla. So mostly food. While from Europe, they get large livestock like cattle, sheep, pigs, and horses. They get grains to the Americas like wheat, rice, barley, and oats, and a whole bunch of diseases, which will more or less destroy the Native American population over here in the Americas, which would be smallpox, influenza, typhus, the measles, malaria, diphtheria, and whooping cough. So, from there we get a brand new economic policy named mercantilism, which is when a nation's power is dependent on its wealth. So the more wealth you have, the more powerful you are. Not necessarily true in modern times, but this was what they used during the age of exploration. And the idea of this is that you need to be able to control trade so that you can increase your wealth and power. And they did this in two ways. One was to obtain as much gold and silver as possible. Make sure you get this stuff. Have a favorable balance of trade. And what that means is that you need to export more goods than you import. So you sell more than you buy. Just like how you save money. You buy less and you save more. Work more, buy less. And to make this happen, you need colonies at this time. And what they would do, they'd take these raw materials from the colonies and they would use them at the mother country to make manufactured goods. For example, the sugar cane from the Caribbean would be sent to Spain to be turned into rum. So they were able to, and then they would sell that rum, that manufactured good, back to the colonies, because those colonies are a brand new market for their goods. So now, no matter what, almost all the money goes back to the mother country, which allows them to become more powerful based on this idea of mercantilism. From there, we get to the idea of capitalism. So what this does, this is an economy based on private ownership and investment of capital. So what that means is that individuals or groups of people would own items, corporations, and figure out what they want to do with that money. And all capital is anything that must be bought to run a company. So a building, that's capital. Your workers are capital. Any machines you need, paperwork, all investment, that's capital. And the way that this worked for a lot of companies are this idea through joint stock companies, which is a company that sells stocks, which is this part of a company, to individuals or groups for a common purpose. Down here, what I forgot to put was this is a way to lower risk. Because if you own the whole company and it gets destroyed, you're completely out of money. But if a whole bunch of people own different parts of this company and it goes down, it's not too bad because you each only lose a little bit. Same thing with the profits. You know, low risk, low reward. High risk, high reward. Really interesting. So anyway, as I was stating, what you need to do down in your vlog is to choose one to write down in the comment section. If you end up by stock in the... Hold on, I do need to yell at my class. I do apologize about that. My period 5 is a little rude. So to start with, in the vlog, down in the comment section, please make sure you answer one of the two questions. One, if you had to buy stock in a company, who or what would it be and why? So you need to explain why you would buy that stock in that company. So you might want to talk about profit and loss, or about some investments that they may have done. Or you may do the second one, which is, what is one item that would not exist if the Columbian Exchange did not occur? You need to explain why. And remember, do not use the same idea as the prior poster, because if you do that, you're not getting any points because you're not doing your job. So please make sure you view this and write down your notes and comment before the date it is due. And as always, don't forget to be awesome.